Alrighty, man, I'm flipping fried right now. I feel I'm fading away right now. My eyes are starting to give out, starting to be like half shut. I'm ready to go to sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep though. That's the issue. It's only 10:21 p.m. and I don't got work tomorrow. I just want to stay up, man. I need caffeine. Anyway, more Warframe as usual, really. I think I'm just going to do some relics. I don't really have too much else to do at the moment, or at least that I want to do, because really we're just focusing more on chatting anyway, because really there was some bad news that came out earlier today. Got home from work. I got off at 7 p.m. so just got home, got to chill. Dogs were outside when I got home. Nice warm welcome. My dog was really just shedding a lot though. You could just pull hair out of her butt and it was just an infinite cycle, really. It looked like you were forming a whole nother dog with how much hair was coming out. She's definitely shedding quite a bit. But then I just hop on my computer. I'm about to start making food soon. Was about to have a burrito, and then one of my first videos that's recommended to me is from Astacross. I forget what the title of it is, but yeah, it was daunting news. I just had to look up the title really quickly to figure out what it was. The title was "They're Gone" and an image of the Bungie logo. And yeah, that was quite a start to, I guess, the start of my day for relaxing, actually. Yeah, Bungie had layoffs. The whole Destiny 2 team is completely gone. I mean, I guess to be fair, we did not get the exact numbers or whatever. Bungie put out a tweet just saying that, well, the whole Destiny 2 team is gone or being let go. And then even the CEO of Sony, Herman Hulst, put out a tweet or something just talking about the layoffs as well. And what's kind of funny is I felt like Bungie's tweet came off worse than Sony's tweet. Literally, the CEO of Sony did a better job at talking about the layoffs than Bungie themselves did. But it definitely sucks to see. I think we were all... I really had some hope, at least for Destiny 3. I didn't think it was going to happen still, because I really figured that Sony was going to be dead set in their ways. There was no going to be changing their mind on, oh yeah, I guess we should do a Destiny 3. Especially this late when we've already heard through rumors that Destiny 3 had been pitched multiple times and every time it got shut down. So it's like, why start now? But still, this news hits pretty hard, because really it's kind of the death of Bungie at this point, even though Bungie's not shut down. Even despite the layoffs, they still do have 400 employees, which, I mean, that's still, it's a lot in a sense, but also it's nothing at the same time. Because just a few years ago, before the first round of layoffs, they had maybe, what was it, like 1,600 employees? And then after the layoffs, it went down to 800, and now they're down to 400. So they're literally 25% of the workforce they used to have, and even more on the death of Bungie. And Marathon is just not it, to be honest. Now, this isn't oh, Marathon sucks or Marathon's garbage. I don't care. The game does seem like a quality game. It looks completely fine. I don't have any issue with it. I think it's easier to say that Marathon is a good game, but it's not a good business product, if that makes sense. It's not something that's gonna rake in the dough or form billions of dollars. It's niche, right? It doesn't appeal to a broad audience of gamers. I mean, not to be a Steam chart Andy, but where were people going? What? Okay, it's just, man, I'm slow right now. I'm sorry, guys. But not to be a Steam chart Andy, but yeah, I mean, Marathon, it's just the lowest of Marathon, or I guess I should say the lowest of Destiny 2 was still higher than the lows we saw for Marathon, and we have not even seen the lowest lows of Marathon yet. And this isn't a dogpile on Marathon session. It's just Marathon is not exactly going to keep Bungie afloat. It's not bringing in the dough. Because I know someone might think, oh, well, Bungie went through this before. They ditched Halo for Destiny. Why can't they ditch Destiny for Marathon now? Well, the difference is when Destiny 1 came out, it brought in the dough. It made a lot of money. And that's not even me speculating that it made a lot of money. It did. It was confirmed to have made over $500 million at launch. And it was like a $500 million investment into the game. So they made profits just right out the gate. Whereas with Marathon, again, this one is actually speculation. We can't really say for sure or not. But if Marathon did cost $250 million to make, which is pretty believable in this day and age, I doubt that it made $250 million or more in return. And that's not good. That's a very different situation from when Destiny 1 was coming out. Bungie ditched Halo, made Destiny 1, came out the gate swinging hard, made a lot of money. Bungie now ditching Destiny 2 for Marathon. Marathon came out the gate not exactly swinging very hard. And just on top of that, I don't know how large of a community Marathon can form. How many people are going to play Marathon, have their fun with it, and then call it there? How many are going to be like, oh, Seasons 4 is coming out? Oh, I gotta play now. I gotta come back to the game. Or if you're someone that's never played the game, just like, Season 4 come out, are you really gonna be like, oh, now's the time to join? No, probably not. You're probably thinking, oh, this new season of this other game that I'm currently playing is coming out, let's go. Or, oh, this completely new game's coming out, I need to play this instead. And then there's also just some annoyance with people saying, oh, if you want Destiny 3 to happen, you gotta support Marathon. If you want Bungie to succeed, just support Marathon. Throw your money at that. Throw your playtime at that. Play something you don't want to play. Throw money at something you don't want to throw money at, and then Destiny 3 will happen. How delusional do you have to be to think that? Because just answer me this. What would Sony think if Marathon suddenly blew up and was doing amazing? Would they think, oh, Marathon's doing well, I guess it's time to make Destiny 3? Or would they think, oh, Marathon's doing well, Marathon 2, let's make it happen now? It makes no sense to think, oh yeah, Marathon's doing well, yep, time for Destiny 3. Man, the people really like this game. They must want a Destiny 3. Like, no, they're not going to think that. Yeah, I actually really needed this part. I know it's been brought up a few times, but Titanfall fans, how do you think supporting Apex Legends went? Did Respawn Entertainment or EA go, man, people are really loving Apex Legends, they must want Titanfall 3? Or did EA and Respawn go, man, people are loving Apex Legends, they must really want more Apex Legends? And that's exactly what happened. More Apex Legends is what happened. It wasn't even Apex Legends 2. It was just more Apex Legends. It was, oh, look at all these wallets we could have access to. How can we get more money from their wallet with as much efficiency as possible, with doing the least amount of work as possible? How can we monetize our game even more? That's what happened, and I mean, that's literally what happened. Apparently Apex Legends got a ton of microtransaction changes. You got the heirloom skins, you got battle passes. They're doing the whole trick. They're just taking out the whole playbook for Apex Legends. And what do you have, 6 or 7 years later? When did Apex Legends come out? 2019, 2020? Something like that. And now it's 2026, and what happened in those years? Just more Apex Legends, not even a sequel. So supporting Marathon, no, that's not gonna happen, man. And even if for some reason Destiny 3 were to be greenlit now, it just doesn't matter, because it's not the same people working on it anymore. You don't get the same results with different people. It's not just a few people that make up the results of a game or a project. It's the whole team. Like, what was it? It was, I think, Back 4 Blood that was saying from the developers of Left 4 Dead 2, I think it was. But then you look into it and it's like, what, 4 or 5 developers that worked on Back 4 Blood that worked on Left 4 Dead 2. And what was the result? Completely different game. A game that did not even do too well, I don't think. Whereas Left 4 Dead 2 was, what, definitely over 100 people at least, right? You had, like 5 people from my work on Back 4 Blood. And Back 4 Blood was not I don't think it was necessarily a bad game, but I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 is still better. I don't think it's crazy to say that. So this just sucks. I mean, the community, I do definitely respect their effort for trying to make a Destiny 3 happen, trying to at least, prevent the layoffs from happening. But really, I do think that this is the death of Bungie. I don't see how Bungie stays afloat at this point. Marathon is not bringing in the dough, and they don't have any other projects greenlit right now. And then they're just also 400 people now instead of the 1600 they used to be. They're just a fraction of what they are. They're not Bungie anymore. They're just some other studio, really. I know I probably didn't word this the best way that I could, but it just sucks. And I mean, the other thing was that Destiny really had no competition at all. I know people try to talk about Warframe. I'm on Warframe right now. It's a good game. Definitely recommend giving it a try. That being said, it's way different than Destiny. Destiny 2 is a first-person shooter. The social aspects and missions are completely different, because Warframe, you can just, there's some nice social aspects with clans and, the region chat, Q&A chat, that type of stuff. There's good socialization there, but not in the rest of the game. The rest of the game, you can completely play without ever communicating to anyone. You can play any mission, no communication needed. Whereas with Destiny, you gotta kind of communicate in raids, at least. Not so much dungeons, honestly, but you still definitely could communicate in dungeons. Warframe is very easy. Destiny, it can be easy sometimes. It can be kind of hard sometimes. And then gameplay is just wildly different. So many other games try to compete with Destiny and just failed. They got nowhere. They always fell short. They pretty much all got shut down. And there have been reports that Destiny was not making much of a profit or not even making a profit at all. And I just do not buy that. You can call me ignorant or whatever. There's just no way, man. With the peaks that Destiny 2 had and just how much monetization was in the game, there's no way. Marathon is just a $40 purchase and then you get tons of stuff for free. I mean, what, is there even a season pass? I don't know. Destiny, you're pretty much spending at least $100 a year. I think a lot of us buy the $100 edition so that we get the full DLC, we get all the seasons, get all the dungeons, and then we even spend a little more on top of that with the skins and cosmetics. And then some spend even more than that. And just with a player count that was involved with the game, ignoring the past year really, because the past year was a bit of a downer, which by the way still had more players than Marathon, and by the way still had more monetization than Marathon. I still spent at least $100 in the past year because I bought Edge of Fate with Renegades. I don't buy it that Destiny was not profitable. I can buy that it's not profitable enough to sustain 4 projects, a whole development of another studio that's not needed at all. I can buy that it's not profitable enough to sustain that, which yeah, no duh. Riot Games struggled to maintain multiple projects, and yet that's Riot Games. They got that Tencent money. They got that League of Legends money. They're rich, and yet even they struggle to maintain multiple projects. So how the heck do you expect Destiny 2 to be able to help fund a whole studio, headquarters being built, as well as like 4 other projects that were in development? There's just no way. And the other side thing is just, I don't think there's ever going to be another game like Destiny. Maybe I just talked about this, I don't know, I kind of forget. I'm not sure what studio may come along for that. I think there was supposed to be an MMO game being developed by Riot Games. No idea where that is. There's the Cube coming up. Don't know the full details of it. It just sucks. I know I said that multiple times. I'm sorry. This is just so much of a downer. I really hoped that maybe we could make an effort in trying to get Destiny 3 to happen. Finally, you bother Sony enough, maybe something will happen. Nah, that's just not the case. But if you hate what I'm saying about Marathon, look, just because I say that the game is not profiting does not mean that the game sucks. There is a difference between a good game and a good business product. Marathon can be a good game, but not a good business product. And you might say, oh, well, what's that matter? Well, in the AAA compartment, that's pretty much all that matters. Making money. If it was an indie studio project, it would not matter at all. Because the thing with indie development is pretty much not really much money goes into the development of a game because it's indie. It's made just from passion. It's made with a budget of like $5 and a toothpick probably. Far Far West, for an example, made by 8 people. And I'm willing to bet that each of those people already had a job that they were working on. So their Far Far West game development was probably just something that they did for passion, for fun. They wanted to make it happen. They did it on their free time, and it worked out well. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got to say for now. Sorry, I formulated this a little bit weirdly, a little bit rough. Just going there. There is no script. It's sad not to be pessimistic, only being realistic. I don't know if the rest of the Bungie studio is going to make it. Maybe they'll make it into next year at least, but I don't know about 2028. Had to think about what year that was for a second, but I don't know if they'll survive to make it to the end of 2027, just being honest, because Marathon, again, it's not bringing in the funds. How are they supposed to develop other games that are probably going to take years to make if Marathon's just not bringing in the dough? At least with Destiny 2, it was bringing in the dough somewhat, and it would have been bringing in the dough more if it didn't have a 6-month period of absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm done for now. I'm done talking.